Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Keely. I'm the owner of the Love Hip Adventure community where I help couples talk about sex issues, intimacy in marriage, and how they can go deeper in their relationship. And tonight I am giving you a review and talking to you about something called the Diva Cup. I was asked by a friend to check it out and think about using one, and they're not the only person who's mentioned these reusable menstrual cups. So I'll tell you that I was very apprehensive about it, and I've been thinking about it and talking about it with JD's wife, Christina, at Uncovering Intimacy, and I think she probably has written about this too. So I asked her about 5,000 questions before I ordered one and tried it, but I felt like this last month was the month to try it, so I did. And I'll tell you, I ordered one. I'll show you. I'll leave a link in the comments of what I got. I got the Duchess Cup. It's not the Diva Cup. This is a cheaper version. But I did make sure that it didn't have weird plastics and stuff in it. So, yeah. There are more than one size, so you need to get the size for people who are after, like, having babies, if you've had babies, and there's a size for people who pre-birth. This one actually specifically said that whether or not you've had kids after 25, you should be using this one. And it's possible one's bigger than the other. I really don't know. Obviously, I only ordered the one because, frankly, that's all you need. And I will show you what they look like. It looks like this. Hold on. This is the Diva Cup. Yes, you put that inside of yourself. It's got this little thing to pull to get it out, which I'll be honest, is super hesitant about figuring out how to get this thing out. I really did have to figure out how in the world to insert it because I was really struggling, but to insert them, you just fold them in half like this, and then you put it inside of yourself, and it'll get stuck up in there, and it should get into place pretty easily after you've tried a couple times, but I'm not going to lie, it takes practice, and getting it out takes practice. So to get it out, you have to pull this part, and I suggest if you're doing it that you hold your hand under it because you might drop it in the toilet like I did. Just gonna put that out there. So this is how you fold it up to insert it, and then you pull it out like this, and I held my hand out so I would stop dropping it. And this one's called the Duchess Cup. I'll leave a link. Let me see, because I ordered this off of Amazon. And I'll get you that link in just a second. So I'll tell you some of the reasons why I decided to try the Duchess Cup, Diva Cup, whatever. There's probably like 500 different versions out there. But, you know, for whatever reason, when you get older and your period is more heavy and you're struggling to keep from bleeding everywhere, if you're a woman and you have a period. Alright, hopefully the link will come up for you. This is actually something that will help you not bleed all over the place. Now, not to say that you're not going to leak a little bit, because that will always happen. Maybe, you know, when something gets full. But if you're really struggling with tampons and you're kind of like leaking through them all the time and it just doesn't seem to be enough, I would say this definitely has been a big help for me because after my third child, things just went really crazy in that area for me. And I've really been struggling, and I've been trying to find a solution. And so I tried this last month, and I think that it definitely gave me the results that I liked. But, guys, you're going to have to get used to getting this thing in and out of yourself, and it's going to be messy. If you have a heavy period, you're probably used to dealing with messy anyways. There was a couple of things that I liked about the cups. First of all, I don't know, just felt cleaner. Like if you are a tampon wearer, then you're going to know that tampons can feel really gross after a while, but the cup doesn't feel gross. Another cool thing is that you don't have to be worried about not bringing enough sanitary product with you when you're going out, which has been a huge problem for me over the last few years. It doesn't seem to matter how much I pack with me if we're out late or whatever, or things are just heavier than I expected and I don't have enough stuff with me. Or the other thing that happens where I'm constantly pulling all of these things out of my purse while I'm trying to give cashier's change. just happens. Hold on, let me pull open my whole sanitary thing here, and yeah. So that was actually really convenient, not having to worry about running out. The inconvenient thing is having to deal with it out in public. Theoretically, you're supposed to be rinsing it off after you dump it out, but if you're in a public restroom, you're not going to be able to do that. The other thing is just if you're not close to a sink and your toilet is kind of far away, you're going to have to figure out, how am I going to get it to the sink without dripping it everywhere, including on my clothing? Because the little drips are going to happen. So you kind of have to figure that out, wiping it off with toilet tissue and things like that. So I would say that a lot of women say that it makes their flow not as bad, and it shortens their period and does stuff like that. I did not notice any less flow or a shortened period with it. Maybe over the course of time, I really don't know, but it was really worth it. And this one was probably I don't know, $14 or $15. So if you have a super heavy period, you're going to pay for it in a month or two, if that, because if you have really heavy periods and you are putting out money on higher quality sanitary products, you're probably not going to have a whole lot of exchange. So it's super budget conscious. So if you're struggling with budgeting and you're like, man, I just kind of need to reduce every little place I can, this is something that you can definitely do. And I would say that it was certainly worth it for me to try it out, and I'll probably keep using it. And for the person who asked me about it, that's my review. I was definitely very nervous. Just been putting off trying it. Did not seem like anything at all I'd want to do or use. But I found some benefits to it, and overall I like it. So if you want to check out what I got, use that Amazon link that I put in the comments. It's my affiliate link, so it doesn't cost you anything, but it does help me pay for the blog. So thanks for joining me today. I look forward to chatting with you later, and I hope you guys have a fabulous Friday night.